I'm sure you are aware of who Mr. Bean is. In case you don't know who Mr. Bean is, he is a quite weird, non-verbal character that goes around doing random things. And on TikTok a while ago, I saw someone post a video about how Mr. Bean was an alien. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the Mr. Bean alien theory proof. This video is by Bibis, right there, and yeah, let's go ahead and watch it. It's funny because I can actually remember watching this episode. It used to be on the Children's CITV. Children's ITV.
Something about Mr. Bean has always felt wrong. He doesn't
here.
speak. He doesn't act normal. He literally falls out of the sky in a beam of light at the start of every episode.
Which is the point where he's falling down from a UFO. To me, I've never really thought about it. But, now that we think about it, it does make some sense.
And nobody says a word. But what if that's not just comedy? What if Mr. Bean isn't even human? Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Double trouble.
If you look at the stuff he does, then it does look as if it's a bit silly. So
Season 3, episode 18, Mr. Bean walks out of a shop when he sees an exact copy of his green Mini Cooper. Same model, same scrapes, same everything. And then someone steps out of the shop. And it's him. Not a lookalike, not a doppelganger. It's a perfect copy. It's not similar, it's identical.
So basically what I think happens in this episode, obviously you can see two Mr. Beans there. Mr. Bean goes onto a UFO where there are many more of him as a UFO.
But this isn't like that one prisoner from season 2, episode 16, where a lookalike inmate on the run took Mr. Bean's place after he got arrested. At first, he was happy to be free, but after experiencing the bullying, the forced labor, and the general hell Mr. Bean deals with on a daily basis, he actually gives up and sneaks back into prison. Most people escape prison. He actually escaped back into it.
Hi.
But what we're seeing here isn't exactly that. Mr. Bean freaks out, silently panicking like only he can. But then, in normal Mr. Bean fashion, he follows the clone to the park and notices that they're both wearing the same tie, same handkerchief, and even the same polka dot underwear. And yes, both have stuffed animals. And then it gets worse. Mr. Bean invites him over, and that's when the clone meets his girlfriend and instantly starts rizzing her up like an alien mimicking human flirting. And somehow, it works. Minutes later, she's his. The clone then offers to drive her home, and without thinking, she jumps in. But Mr. Bean doesn't believe he's really taking her home, so he tails them again, until he sees a UFO, and for a second, he really thinks he's dreaming. Then it happens, the UFO lands.
So yeah, I remember this episode, but what doesn't make sense to me is that if so far anyway, is that if Mr. Bean is an alien, how come he's shocked by the UFO? Unless he doesn't realise he is an alien, which I suppose anything could happen, then yeah, but if he does realise he's an alien, why would he be shocked by the UFO?
The clone drives straight inside, like this is normal. Mr. Bean's girlfriend screams and runs out, trying to warn Mr. Bean, but he's in a trance and walks right in. Inside the ship are rows and rows of Mr. Bean, dozens, maybe hundreds, each one standing with their own stuffed animal, watching like they've been waiting for him. That's when it hits him. He's not special, he's not quirky, he's not even original. He's just one of many. And just as he's about to fully realize the truth, the clone pulls a switch, and Mr. Bean is ejected from the ship. Not because he's a threat, but because the clone sees his girlfriend crying outside and feels bad. So the UFO leaves,
There
and
you
Mr. Bean
go.
is left behind alone on Earth.
It's
This
not-
episode
it's-
isn't just silly.
Him falling out the UFO is exactly like the real life version.
It's proof. Mr. Bean is not human. Young Bean. But wait, we've seen Mr. Bean as a kid. That proves he's human, right? Nope. That just makes it worse. In
How does it
season
make it
2,
worse?
episode 4, we see him as a 6-year-old driving around in a Mini Cooper made
That's
entirely
correct.
out of cardboard. Sounds cute. Until you realize something insane. Mr. Bean was born in 1955, but the Mini didn't exist until 1977. So how does a child from the 50s build a car from the future with perfect accuracy? Easy. Because it's not just a car, it's part
How do you know he was born in 1955, though? I mean, it could be. You could just look it up, but, you know.
of his species. Remember how that UFO was filled to the brink with green Mini Coopers? There's
Was it?
absolutely no chance that car is an English
Oh.
invention. It's alien technology. And the aliens in that episode wiped his girlfriend's memory like it was nothing.
Oh,
So what's
yeah.
really stopping them from being able to wipe his? Mr. Bean
Okay, well, that's my question answered then.
doesn't act human. He doesn't think human. And now, maybe he doesn't even remember he's not human. He thinks he's just a weird guy in a suit. But the truth is, he's never been one of us. Physics.
He doesn't act
Let's
like
talk
one of
about the
us.
way he talks. He doesn't act like a human. He doesn't speak like one either. It's not mumbling, it's corrupted code. He literally speaks for the sake of speaking.
Yeah.
And the laws of physics are never followed by him. He literally bends them. He is physics. In season 2, episode 13,
What's this
Mr.
one?
Bean builds a trap using his entire living room furniture and it ends up dropping straight on his head. That's crushing weight with no way out. Any normal person would get unalived right then and there. But Bean, he just brushes it off and keeps moving.
I feel like that's just more cartoon logic, though. You know, because it's a cartoon or an animation, whatever you want to say. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it and still have the character come back to life. Like Roadrunner, Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, Popeye, shot, killed, crushed, burnt, set on fire, like mouse traps, the lot, they all still survive. So to me, that's just more cartoon logic.
Bye.
Yeah, that looks like it would really hurt.
In season 1, episode 9, he falls from a second-story window and lands face first on hard concrete. No bruises, no limping. He just gets up like it's nothing.
Hey, you lot out there! What do you think?
Here's something.
Again, I think
Oh,
that's
that's
just
something.
more cartoon work.
Nah, nothing.
In season 1, episode 4, a full-on nuclear bomb detonates right in his face. I'm not
Okay,
talking
yeah,
firecracker.
I've seen
I'm
this
talking a
one.
bloody Tsar bomber, and all he does is blink.
I think that was a bit more than just blinking. How does that even happen?
This isn't cartoon logic.
How is it not cartoon logic? You can do anything you want with the car. Okay. Regardless, though, the car survived the bomb. So, is the car also an alien, or?
Other characters in the show get hurt. They fall, they bleed, they scream, but not him. Mr. Bean doesn't get hurt because he's not like them. He doesn't break, he doesn't bleed. He's built different because
There actually isn't. I don't know if it was that one that we've just seen, but there is an episode where Mr. Bean is in a hospital with a broken leg. So it is probably just cartoon logic, because obviously Mr. Bean is the main character. It wouldn't really make sense for Mr. Bean to be put into hospital every single episode. Whereas Mrs. Rickett, she's just more of a side character. So.
Because he is different. Passport. And now, the smoking gun. In Mr. Bean's Holiday, we see his passport. And guess what his first name is? M.R.
Mr. 6th of January. I don't even know we see this. Is shit what it? I don't know how to read a passport. It's not in English. Is it? No. I mean, yeah, sure, Mr.
That's it. Not Bean, but M.R. That's not a name. That's an alien filling out paperwork and
I mean, if we also look at the picture, the passport photo wouldn't be allowed anyway.
thinking Mr. is a first name. Who in their right mind actually names their kid Mr.? Confirmation. And the final nail in the coffin? Rowan Atkinson himself confirmed it, all the way back in 1993.
Where will Mr. Bean's escapades end, do you think? You're not tied up in
We
that.
had an idea, but should I tell you what the idea
Yes,
is?
please do.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, all right, yes, I will. It was this idea for the last, which we may never do, the last episode of Mr. Bean, is that he's driving along a country lane extremely fast in his Mini, and he sees this spaceship landing in a field.
Yeah.
And he stops the car and he looks out and he thinks, what's that spaceship doing there? And he drives into the field with his Mini and he stops outside the spaceship. And he looks around and he looks up and suddenly the door goes...
So a bit like the animated episode that we just
and this
see.
bright light comes out of the spaceship. And Mr. Bean walks out of the spaceship.
Of course.
And then another Mr. Bean walks out of the spaceship. And he sees Mr. Bean and they all shake hands. Mr. Bean says, hello, how are you? And then 25 more Mr. Beans all come out of the spaceship and they all pat him on the back and say, you know, very nice to see you. And then all the Mr. Beans go up into the spaceship and he shakes hands with the captain and the guy on the bridge. And then the door goes up and the spaceship
like
takes
we've
off.
just seen
And that's the end of Mr. Bean.
animated
So
episodes.
thereby kind of, but we may do it. We may do it. It's a kind of silly idea. I mean, there is this idea that he may not be of our world. He may be from another place.
Please don't scroll away. I never thought I'd be in this position, but I'm dead broke. YouTube hasn't paid me a single penny for my videos, not even one, and I've poured my heart into every second of them. Right now, I've only got one person
too.
supporting me on Patreon, and I'm beyond thankful for that.
I've got
Truly,
0.
but one supporter isn't enough to
Okay, yeah. You guys, if you want to support me, go buy me a chocolate orange. The link is in the description. Go support this person as well, Bibibs. So, is Mr. Bean an alien? Let me know your thoughts. I think it's possible. I'd say it's more likely he's an alien rather than not, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please drop this video a like, maybe even subscribe. Don't forget to donate, and I will see you in the next one.